Tires. Tires are important, and that's what we're going to talk about today because I converted from the Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2s to the Michelin Road 6s, but just on the rear wheel. But let's talk a little bit about tires right now. So tires are important. I mean, look at MotoGP. The choice of a tire could be the difference between winning and losing. It could be the difference between finishing a race and not finishing a race. It could be the difference between crashing and not crashing. So tires are important, and that's MotoGP, and the same thing goes for us. We have to make tire choices based on the conditions we ride in, which has to do with the temperature, type of roads, and also the type of riding we do. Are we aggressive? Are we doing wheelies? Are we being full throttle all the time? Or are we nice and relaxing and put it on cruise control and just go down a nice windy road? All those factors come into play. If I want to take this off-road, the tires that it came with, as far as I'm concerned, the Pirelli, they're great. Not for deep off-road, but for, you know, dirt roads, a little bit of off-road, but not heavy muddy trails. These tires aren't going to work. The Scorpion Trail 2s are just not set up for that. That's why you need knobby tires. With the rear, I converted over to the Michelin Road 6, which is Road 6. It supersedes the Road 5s, which now it's an upgrade. However, these are more geared towards the road. Now, does that mean I can't go down a gravel road or a dirt road down someone's driveway or to go take a nice dirt road? No, easily handle that. But this tire on my rear, the Michelin Road 6, it's really not designed for off-road. Now, let's go in a little bit more detail. This is a tire I put on. This is the one I'm taking off. So this is the Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2. This is what I'm taking off. As you can see, I have the Florida flat spot because we don't have a lot of twisty roads. Although that's going to change because I've discovered some twisty roads. This is what I converted over to on the rear only. This is the Michelin Road 6. Everyone loves the Road 5s, and this is supposed to be an improvement on the Road 5s with a dual compound. So it's harder down the middle, softer on the sides. But so is this. Harder in the middle, softer on the sides. So let's talk about the Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2s first, because these are the tires that were specifically put on the Ducati Multistrada V4S from the factory. Let's take a deeper look. Now, the Scorpion Trail 2s are set up for two things. Sport touring with dirt road capabilities. Not off-road, sport touring with dirt road capabilities. Now, this has a more aggressive off-road look with sport touring and enduro performance, and they blend it into one product. Hence, the bi-compound. You're supposed to get increased mileage with this. Of course, that's over the Scorpion Trails, the originals. And it's also supposed to give you top-level handling throughout its entire life. That's if you have relatively even wear. And it's supposed to have improved wet performance. But that's what they have to say about it. So now let's talk about the Michelin Road 6s. The Michelin Road 6s are taking the place of the Michelin Road 5s. Now, they're supposed to have increased wet grip, and that increased wet grip, they're saying, is 15%, and that is due to the Michelin silica technology tread compounds. And these are compounds that they're using that are brand new to them that they're incorporating into this tire. It also has a different tread pattern, which incorporates Michelin's water evergrip technology. This is really good marketing stuff, isn't it? You're supposed to ride it even longer because it's supposed to give you 10% more life, which is good. And that's, again, helpful because when you have that bi-compound, you have that harder compound in the center, And most of the tires on motorcycles are going to wear in the center because you're not always in a corner. And they also talk about cornering stability. Now Michelin says that they have cornering stability based on their 2CT technology, which is standard for the rear tire. Now they've put a lot of focus on the rear tire, and they're now applying that same thing to the front. But let's just cut to the chase and let's talk about my experience. So far I have put approximately 3,500 miles on this rear tire, on this Michelin Road 6. And this includes about 500 local miles and about 3,000 miles on a road trip when I went from just north of Miami all the way to Austin, Texas, and spent some time there going back and forth, and then riding all the way back from Austin, Texas to Palm Beach County in southern Florida. What has been my experience? I really like the tire. I really like it a lot. I feel very comfortable on it. I feel very safe with it. I rode this through rain, through a heavy downpour, with wet roads when it wasn't raining, that was a little slick. Never had any issues with the rear. One of the other things that I've done is I've been practicing some emergency braking, and I will tell you that I'm doing it with progressively so that it doesn't lock up, but it is extremely comfortable. That front end dives down again, which is the Scorpion Trail Pirelli, but on the rear, I'm not, the ABS isn't kicking in, and it's having really good grip. I've been able to pull some wheelies and it's not spinning on me. The other thing is I've taken this and I finally did some cornering where I scraped the pegs on this Ducati Multistrada V4. Now that's not easy to do because this bike is a lot higher. It's got like 8¼ inch clearance. So to scrape the peg, I mean, that's about as far as you can go, especially since I have a center stand. So I have been able to scrape the pegs with the Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2s, and actually just today I went up to one of the areas where I can get a nice tight radius, and I was able to scrape the pegs on the Michelin Road 6s. I feel just as planted with this tire that I did with the Pirelli Scorpion Trail. Will I convert over to the front tire? I don't know. It's going to depend on price, and it's going to depend on how long this tire lasts. With 3,500 miles on it, it shows very little wear, and I'm not even starting to flat spot yet. So I'm rather impressed with this tire right from the get-go. Chances are I will be putting the Michelin Road 6 on the front so I have a matched set, but that has yet to be determined. So if we're doing a comparison between both of the tires, I would say that they're very even as far as their cornering stability. They're very even as far as the feel that you get for braking. And I'm going to give a little bit of an edge to the Michelin Road 6 for when I ride in the rain. And right now, the longevity looks like it might last a little bit longer than the Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2s. Now, the Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2s are great tires. I did get almost 11,000 miles out of my rear tire on the first bike, but it was significantly flat spotted. This one, we'll see where we're at. The second tire, you saw the condition of it, that's at about 9,000, 9,500 miles. So again, not too bad for a rear tire, but the more comfortable I get with this bike, the more aggressive I'm riding. I just have to find some more twisty roads so I can start wearing out the sides of these tires too. Well, let's talk about price. So you're going to spend more money on the Michelins, for sure. The Pirellis start at a price of about $125 up to $232 per tire. The Michelin Road 6s, however, the prices vary anywhere from $189 upwards of $284. So depending upon the size you have that capability. Now, one of the things that the Michelin Road 6s offer is a heavier duty GT version for grand touring, but those are larger sizes for larger bikes, so you may not be able to get a GT. For example, the Multistrada V4, they don't make a GT that fits it. The good news about the Michelin Road 6 is that they do make a 19-inch tire for the front. So really, this is good news for me because now I can have a matched set on the front, and this gives us more options. In the past, having a 17 on the rear and a 19 on the front, it was limiting, and if you wanted more race or road type tires, you weren't going to find that. The Michelin Road 6 now has a tire that fits the front. Anyway, this is Rainbow. I appreciate you coming here. I appreciate everyone liking and subscribing. It's very helpful to me, and all the comments help put me in a direction so I know what to cover and what to go over. I know people want a lot more how-tos. Oh, and one more thing. I don't wear hats. And when I went to COTA this year to the MotoGP race in Austin, Texas, I was given this brand new Ducati hat from Ducati, and I would like to give this away. I will send this to you wherever you live. I just hope it doesn't cost me like $50 to ship it somewhere in Taiwan or something like that. But if you want an opportunity to win this hat and have me send it to you, all I ask is that you put a comment below right here. And for those that stick around and put comments on this particular video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a solid probably 2 weeks, and at the end of 2 weeks I found a website that you can just click the link and it'll actually randomly select one of the comments on a YouTube video. So that's pretty cool, so I don't have to sit there and do it myself. I can just have a system that actually does it for me, and it'll just pick it, and whoever it is, I'll try to reach out to you. Hopefully you'll respond to me, give me your address, and I'll send you the hat. And that's the way I'm going to do it. Make it fair. And if I don't hear back from the other person within 24, let's say 48 hours, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to do it again and go to the next person. So if you want this hat, I'll be happy to send it to you. Just comment below. And it's getting dark in here. Anyway, this is Rainbow. Thank you. Like and subscribe, and have a good day.